Adam Saenz.
Hey everybody, Adam Saenz here. Welcome to another episode of the Word of the Week. So last week our word was emergency, and the task was to consider that word emergency this way. See what emerges. So there's emerge and then there's see. So see what emerges. And I invited you to think about all the stressors in your life that feel like emergencies and see what emerges inside of you, because those stressors can expose our strengths and our weaknesses. So today, the word of the week, drum roll please. Let's go over to the PowerPoint. The word of the week is related to that this week, and the word is insight. The word is insight, which I think is related to emergency. So what does that word mean? Let's break it down. Insight, to gain a deeper understanding of a person or thing, literally to look within. Okay, so that sort of relates to emergency in that, remember, when we're in crisis, we call that an emergency, and that's our opportunity to see what emerges, really in the world around us, but more importantly, perhaps in our own mind, in our own heart. So insight is related to that, because when we look and see what emerges in our thoughts and what emerges in our feelings, we gain insight into ourselves, or in other words, we gain a deeper understanding of the person who namely is us. So thinking back to the word emergency, an emergency is an opportunity for me to gain insight about what's working really, really well inside of me. What are the things that I'm scoring A+ in? And then what are the things that needs that needs improvement? So unless I'm willing to see what emerges in me, in my mind, and in my heart, and my thoughts, and in my feelings during difficult times, if I'm not paying attention to my inner world, I will never gain insight. It's very unlikely that I'll gain insight, meaning it's very unlikely that I will gain a deeper understanding of myself. How can insight make my life better this week? Well, I just invite you this week to ask, what do I know about myself and what don't I know about myself? And maybe there are areas in which I could be more honest with my thoughts, maybe be more honest with my feelings. Maybe I could ask somebody what they see in me. What do they think are my greatest strengths? And then what do they think are areas that I can grow? So people giving us feedback is another way to gain insight, but really it's about me looking within. So as you have times of stress, as you have times where you feel like you're in an emergency, see what emerges. And then as you see what emerges, use that information about your thoughts and feelings to gain insight, and write it down somewhere, jot it down. So that's the word of the week. Again, the word of the week is insight, and I hope that as you gain insight into yourself, that you will find yourself more sustainable and capable of excellence day in, day out in everything that you do. All right, well, thanks for joining me for this week's Word of the Week. We'll see you next time.